Driven by Desire, The Chauffeur and the Heiress. Full 5,000-word story below. Driven by Desire, The Chauffeur and the Heiress. It was a humid July afternoon when Aisha Kapoor stepped out of the grand marble entrance of her father's estate. The sun sparkled on the chrome hood of the black Mercedes-Benz parked in the driveway, the family crest delicately etched on the side. Her father had insisted on hiring a personal driver for her during her stay back in India. For safety, he said. For appearances, her mother whispered. The door to the car opened before she could reach it. Standing beside it was a man with deep brown eyes, a lean build, and skin sun-kissed from long hours under the sky. He was dressed in a crisp black uniform with white gloves and an old-fashioned chauffeur's cap. "Miss Kapoor," he greeted with a quiet nod. She slid into the back seat, her oversized sunglasses hiding the way her eyes lingered on his profile. "Your name?" she asked after a beat of silence. He hesitated a moment. "Karan, miss." "Karan," she repeated slowly, letting the name roll off her tongue. "Drive me to Marine Drive." The engine purred to life, and the city began to blur outside her window. But she was watching him in the rearview mirror. He was focused, stoic, almost too still, like a man always holding something back. Over the next week, they settled into a rhythm. Karan picked her up from the estate, drove her to her appointments, waited patiently outside boutiques, restaurants, and private parties. He never spoke unless spoken to, never looked at her longer than a polite moment, and that made her want his attention even more. Aisha was 22, rich, bored, and beautiful. The media called her India's Paris Hilton, but she wanted to be more than a tabloid darling. She was home for the summer, avoiding her father's plans to marry her off into another industrialist family. She wanted freedom, adventure, passion. One evening, after a fundraiser gala, she stumbled out into the cool air, heels in hand, eyes a little hazy from champagne. Karan was there, holding the door open without a word. As the door closed behind her, she leaned forward, whispering, "You've been so quiet, Karan. Don't you ever wonder what it's like to live a different life?" He glanced at her in the mirror, surprised. "I don't allow myself to wonder, miss. Not anymore." "But you must have dreams," she insisted. He didn't answer. The next day, she surprised him. "I don't want to go to the salon. Take me somewhere you like." Karan turned to her, unsure. "Miss, that wouldn't be appropriate." "I'm not asking," she said, a teasing smile playing on her lips. "I'm telling you." He hesitated, then started the car. They drove for nearly an hour, leaving the city behind. The traffic thinned, replaced by wide fields and the scent of rain in the air. Eventually, they pulled up to a quiet hilltop overlooking a small lake. "This is where I come to think," he said. They sat on the hood of the car, a light breeze ruffling her hair. "You're not what I expected," she admitted. He turned to her. "And what did you expect, miss?" She smiled. "Someone invisible." Karan looked away. "That's usually what we're supposed to be." She leaned closer. "But I see you." That was the beginning. From then on, every drive became a silent dance. Their conversations grew longer, deeper. She learned about his past. A village boy with dreams of being a pilot, crushed by the weight of family debt and duty. She told him about London, the loneliness of luxury, the pressure of being someone else's trophy. One night, caught in monsoon rain, they pulled into a quiet alley to wait it out, the windows fogged with heat and silence. She moved forward from the back seat, sitting beside him in the front. Her hand brushed his. He froze. "Karan," she whispered, "do you want me?" His breath hitched. "It's not about what I want, miss. It's about what's right." "But what if I don't care what's right?" She kissed him before he could answer. Their lips met with hunger, years of restraint breaking in a single moment. Her hands cupped his face. His arms pulled her closer. Rain drummed against the car, drowning the sound of her soft moans. That night, nothing remained the same. The affair unfolded in stolen moments. Early mornings in hidden cafes, late-night drives to nowhere. Their passion blooming in secrecy. The risk only added to the thrill. She wore his scent like perfume, and he traced her lips like they were a map back to himself. But reality was always waiting. One evening, as he drove her to a high-profile engagement party, She clutched his hand in the back seat. I don't want to go, she whispered. I don't want this life. You don't have a choice, Aisha, he said softly for the first time using her name. I choose you, she said. He looked at her pained. That's not enough. The party was a blur of lights, laugh,